Okay, so my name is Yatish Sharma. Today we will discuss about the pointers. We will try to cover the basics of the pointers today. So we can wait 2 minutes, then we will start further with our session. Let's allow more to join the session. Then from 4-5 we will start. Until and unless I will tell you about today's content. So let me just share my screen. So today our topic of discussions will be pointers. In pointers, we will try to cover introduction to pointer, syntax of pointers, why it is used, how to use pointer, arithmetic operators on pointers, which we can perform. And we will also discuss about pointers to pointers. Mean we will initialize some pointer, then we will give addresses, store the addresses of that pointer to some other pointer as well. Pointer as function argument. It is the use case of pointers which we are using, and types of pointers we will also discuss. So let's wait for 2 minutes, then we will move further. And you can also share your doubts as well in the chat box. The motive of this session is as you all are studying data structures and algorithm, and pointers and dynamic memory allocations are the two things which are the prerequisites for data structures. If you want to learn data structures, your pointers and dynamic memory allocation concepts should be good. Until and unless you are not get the concepts properly, because I think all of you have gone through or studied the linked list. Yes or no? Can you give any response? You have covered linked list? So because linked list, what we will do, we used to create new nodes, and there in a node there is always two fields. One is data field and the other is link to the next node. So the link concept comes from the pointer. We use pointer to store the address of the next node. So that's why pointer is important. Pointer gives power to C or C++ language. I think now we can move further. So first, let's discuss what is pointer. Everyone, anyone has any idea about the pointer? What is pointer? What it can do? You can use chat box. So pointer is basically, pointer is a variable. Pointer is nothing any special keyword or any other thing. Pointer is normal a variable that stores the address of the other variable. In other words, if I say pointers is a variable whose value is the address of some other variable. Yes, Vishal Kumar Mishra, you are right. Pointer contains address of other variable. As contains address of the other variable, it does not means why it contains the address of the other variable. The question arises. So we will discuss all these things today. I'm suggested to describe from the scratch, from the basics. So today firstly we will see how can we initialize a pointer. Then we will move further. Suppose we declare a variable int a of type integer, okay, and we initialize its value from to 10, okay. So there is a variable a of type int and its value is 10. Now, how can we initialize, or the syntax of initializing an pointer variable is int star. Now we can give the name to the pointer variable. So p is a variable of pointer. P is a pointer variable. Okay, this is the syntax. In this way, we can declare a pointer variable. P is a pointer variable. Now, how can we point to a? So P, we use Amsterdam symbol to assign the value, to assign it to a. Now, P is a pointer variable that has the address of a. Okay, so we can move further. If I see out the value of p, then I got an output. What you think? What I get? I get a value or address. The code which I have written till now, it gives me a address or it gives me a value of a. Anyone? So it give me a address. Let's run it. This. The output which I got is an address. It is an address of a, where a is stored in the memory. As we all know, all our variables are stored in a memory. Okay. Let's suppose there is a variable a, b, c, or any other name. It will store in the memory according to its type, data type. Okay. If a is a variable of int type, then in a modern compiler, int takes 4 bytes of memory. Okay. So a equal to 10. 10 is a decimal value. 10 gets stored in the memory in a binary form. Okay. So if I want to print the value of a by using the pointer, then I have to use a asterisk symbol. Asterisk symbol is basically a dereferencing symbol which will give me the value of a. If I want to fetch the value of the variable, then I have to use asterisk symbol. It is used to dereferencing. Dereferencing. It is used for dereferencing. If I run the code now, it will give me a value of a. It will give the output 10. Let's run it again. Okay, you will. Are you getting the things? The 10 is printed. I have not used handle. That's why it is giving. Now, I have got the
So
value of the output. Huh?
Your code is not visible, sir.
Code is not visible. What problem is this?
Yeah, we are able to see presentation, not the code.
Okay. Let me. Now you are able to see. Now you are getting.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I was discussed that I have declared a variable a whose value is 10. Then I declared a variable p of, it's a pointer variable of type int. Okay. I have referenced address of a to p equal to, we use Amsterdam symbol to assign the address to p. Okay. Then when I do cout only p, then p is a variable, p is a pointer variable which has the value, address. So it is giving the address. If you look at the output, I have highlighted the text. This is the address where a is stored in the memory. Okay. And when I use an asterisk symbol in front of the variable, it gives the value. Okay. So by using an asterisk symbol in front of, in the in front of any pointer variable, it will dereference the value and it will give the value of the variable. So now if we move further, so we can use some arithmetic as well, arithmetic operations on pointers as well. Let's suppose if we do out +1, what do you think? What output we will get? We will get 11 or we will get some other thing? I have done p plus 1. Let's run it. Look at the addresses. These addresses are
some other
okay.
thing.
Yes, sure. We will not get 11. And if I ask you how we'll get, if we want to get 11, then what we will have to do? Yes, Shrey, bilkul, you're right. We will have to put an asterisk symbol in front of pre to get the output 11. Now we will get the output 11. It's running. Yes, not used handle. That's why it is 11. As you can also ask me any other doubts regarding pointers. Okay, because I am suggested to start from the initial. That's why I am teaching all these things. So I think you all are clear with this thing. Now we will move further. Okay, now we will see a concepts of pointer to pointer. Pointer to pointer is a thing. The word which I am saying now, pointer to pointer. Pointer to pointer means I am declaring a pointer which points to the address of a pointer. Okay. Okay. What will be the answer of size of int star? As integer, oh, definitely we will get 4 bytes. For sure. Size of int star star, you are asking for a pointer variable. Pointer variable, there is a concept in pointers. Pointers take as much value as it is of type. If a pointer of type int, it will take 4 bytes. If a pointer is of type character, it will take 1 byte. Okay. And I will discuss it in a short coming time. We will also discuss types of pointers where we will use void pointer. Okay, so I will discuss it there. So now we will use, I have declared one more pointer, star star q. Star star q. Now you are thinking, what is a star star pointer? Star star pointer is nothing but it is referencing to the address of p. Okay, now if I use, let me use one thing. Okay, so basically, if I print q only, okay, what do you think? What output will I get? Would I get an address or would I get a value? I get a address. And if I use a star in front of single star, then what will I get? Let's see. These all are the basics things. Because when we will use complex codes like functions as well, it will help you a lot. So it gives me again an address. And if I used star star q, then what will you think? It will give us 10. 10 because it is working like a chain. A is a variable which has a value 10. The address of A is stored in P, and the address of P is stored in Q. Are you getting the things? So in this way, point stars works, means star star Q works. We will use this chain as much as long we used to. If I declare one more star 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 Q R, sorry, and if I give the address to R equal to ampersand of Q, okay, and now if I print star star R, it will also give me 10. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, semicolon. It will give 10 10. Okay. Now we will also shuffle the values of it, like I star R equal to 20. Now I have changed the values of a pointer variable, but it is pointing to our variable of our point A. So it has changed the value of A as well. If I see out the value of A now, it will give me value 20 now. Let's see. 20. Are you getting the things? Give value 20. So this gives us the 20 value. So you can use pointer to change the values as well. Okay, this is very important thing in to handle pointers carefully, because to be a good competitive programmer you have to keep in your mind about the memory as well, because when you do programs you have to deal with two things. First is complexity, second is your memory. Your code should be optimized. As much as memory your code take less, it is more flexible as well. So you have to keep all these things in mind. So we have covered arithmetics on pointers. Now I have let's back to the presentation. So pointer to pointer we have covered. Now pointer as function argument. If we now we will talk about pointer to as function argument. It is an basically it is the uses of it is the main uses of our. Now I will it's all its comments. I will put all these things in my comments and we will discuss about a new thing now. It is important because in cases we use these things. Let's suppose there is a case. There is a person. Okay. There is a person who wants to increment a value of a variable from y1, and he don't want to increment the value of by 1 a equal to a plus 1. He wants to use function to increment the value of a by 1. So let's write a code. There is a equal to so I have write it down a small piece of code. The person wants to increment the value of a to increment the value of a by 1, and he is expecting to get the output 11. So what do you think? This code will give you the output 11 or 10? Anyone? Use your chat box. So Shredoshi Ashish has said it will give 10. Yes, it will give 10. Let's write it. Let's run the code. Yes. So Shreya and Ashish, I would like to ask you, what should we do in context of the pointers to get the value incremented by 1? The person wants to get the value by passing call by value. That's why he is getting 10. So what we will have to do to increment the value, increment by 1? Pass the pointer. Definitely we will have to. No, we don't have to pass the pointer. We have to pass the address of the variable in our calling function. Okay. Then we will get the value 11. Let's do it. We will pass the address of a by using ampersand in front of a, and here we use an asterisk. We will make the changes in the pointer's value. When I put asterisk symbol in front of any variable, it becomes pointers, and pointers means to the value, pointing to the value. Now if I run the code, it will give me value 11. Definitely 11. So we got the values 11. So this is the thing. This is called the call by reference. We are passing the address of an variable as an argument and get the values and get the incremented value by 1. Okay. So one more thing I would like to discuss. We can declare a pointer as int star a, as well as we can also declare as int. So there is no need to get confused in it. We can use both the ways. Okay. It means same. Okay. So this is the main and important thing we have to cover in the arrays, because we have to deal with the arrays in the most cases. We use arrays. So the main thing in this is this is all is the calling function, and it is all called as the called function. So one more thing, the values, the most of the confusion creates in this program is basically now we have passed call by reference. Okay, that's why we will get the value incremented by 1. In the previously we were passing the value call by value, so we are getting the wrong output because the value of a is different. It is a local variable and its scope is only in the int main function. Okay, while the variable a is different in the last case. Okay, and in this case now we are passing the address of a to the void increment function, and now we are incrementing the value. That's why we are getting the right output now. Okay, so let's think. Now if you have any doubts of what should we use to discuss, because there are many things we can discuss today. We have to cover the types of pointers as well. You can put in the chat box, everyone. There are many things in the arrays. Sir, there is one more use of pointers in case of functions. Pointers are used to return multiple values. So can you just cover if it's possible? As I have not implemented it, just read it. Okay. So Shreya Doshi had said pointers can return the values as well. Yes, this is all the implementations of our arrays. Okay, so arrays is basically let's discuss one more thing. Arrays and pointers both are the same thing in most of the cases. The types are different. Let's write a small code to discuss it quickly. Let's It's a good thing Shreya has discussed. Let's like to explain a small thing. Let's declare an array of size 5. An array having the values 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So in this case, we would like to get the values. We want to traverse the arrays. Okay. Using the pointers. I would like to explain the relationship between arrays and pointers. Okay. So let's I out only array, the name of the array. I will not discuss any particular value. If I passed array, what it will return? What you think? Anyone? It will return the base value, or it will return the address of the array. Let's run it. So first element, definitely it will return the address of the first variable. So how can it is performing? So basically arrays has an inbuilt quality to return the addresses. Okay. So if I put asterisk in front of array, it will return me the value. It it behaves just like an pointer. It will return the value of the that is. So this is the main thing we have to keep in mind. That arrays implicitly work as an, or now if I put +1 in front of it, it will return array at the address of 1. Returning 2. So all these things are working as an pointers. Arrays are just like pointers. We just have to keep this thing in mind. And one more thing, whenever if I pass this thing, sum of element, and here I am passing here. And when I write, we are passing array as an argument. We can write this thing in such a way as well. We can write, there is no use to use this bracket as it is pointer, because it is working as like as pointer. Now we will do this thing, int I equal to 0. We declare, we will also declare one more thing. Size of the array, we will have to pass the size of the array as well. So we will pass the size of size. We will take the size, because how can we take the size? We can take the size in two ways. First way is to int of function air divided by size of any element. It returns the size. It returns the size. Now we will pass an argument. Okay. And now sorry, size nahi, we have to write some. You noticed one thing in this program, it will no return function. So anyone tell us why it is giving this error? Any one of you? I'm asking you what you think. Because we will have not described any return type here. Mind. Yes, Ashish, we will have to use default type is int for an user defined type. That's this thing. I think you all have. Now we will get the output 15. So it is giving us sum of the 15. So as I am telling, I want to point out the thing that array behaves as a pointer implicitly. Okay. And Shire was asking for multiple values, array returning multiple values. The pointers returning multiple values in the in arrays. It works same as this thing. When we use array pointers and arrays always pass as an arrays are always passed to function by reference. We will never use arrays by call by value, because array size is always it is infinite. Sometimes arrays are too long, so whenever we use arrays past arrays as a value, it becomes very complex. Okay, to reduce the complexity as well as to pass an array as a copy, so it uses more memory. That's why pointers works in perfectly here. Okay, whenever we try to keep memory in our mind, we always go to the pointer. Okay. Pointer is always gives or do our task in a less memory, so we will always keep this thing in our mind. Okay. Shrey, are you getting the things? You have said multiple values, so whenever we passed our pointer, okay, it will return an arrays. So you can do this thing. Any others? Any other point of discussion? Because I was suggested that that students are asking to take a session on pointers, so that's why I have started from the very basics. Pointers. One more thing, whenever we have to define whenever we have to define a new block of memory, we will use their pointers. Are you getting the things? We will use pointers. For example, in C we use malloc and calloc functions. We write now int star malloc size of int or new node equal to. For creating a new node, we will use pointers. Pointers means we are passing int star. What is that meaning of int star in front of malloc? It means we are trying to create a new block of size equal to the node. In a node, we write now struct node int data int star next. It means we want to reallocate a new node. So all these things comes under pointers value. Pointers are very important in this context. Competitive programming is easy. Competitive programming is very easy. It just depends on your logic. If your logic is clear, you will definitely be a good competitive programmer. So your logic should be clear. Okay, now we will move towards the our second part, which is, I think we have to share the new video. presentation. Let's move to the presentation. So types of pointers. Anyone has any idea about all these things? I think my screens are visible to all of you. Any response? Is it visible? Yes, okay. Screen are visible. So what is void pointer? Anyone? What you think void pointer is? What if we use void pointer in front of any pointers variable, then what should we get returned? And where we use void pointers? Because in most of the cases we just write int star, char star, and float star. We will never use void pointer, dangling pointer, null pointer, wild pointer. We use, but in at least less cases. So why are we not using all these things? We all are competitive programmers. We have to keep all these things in the mind. We have to use every single thing which will which which is written in the book of our language. We should have the command of everything if we want to write a code efficiently which takes less memory. The problem is many programmers have not at that much of depth knowledge in the syntactical way. They know the logic, they know for loops, they know the functions and all, they know object oriented concepts as well, but they don't know all these things. All these things are very important to be a successful and a efficient programmer. There is a programmer and there is an efficient programmer. Programmer means to write a program. He will not take care of complexity as well as the memory. Okay, so we all should keep this thing in mind. So let's move further. Void pointer. So first we will discuss about the void pointer. So void pointer has a special functionality. Void pointer is a special pointer. Okay, its syntax is we will write void star, then the name of the pointer. Okay, a pointer that points to the location in storage which does not have any specific type. Okay, void pointer takes it does not have any data type. Okay, the variable which is declared as void pointer, it will not act as an it will not act as int, it will not act as float, it will not act as double. It will act as you will initialize it. Okay, if I take let's move to the coding window. Then I will discuss it. Let's mark it as int. Now, void pointer, it has no data type. It is not of type int. It is not of type float. It is not of type double. Okay, it does not have any data type. When I initialize this pointer to when I assign the address of x, it becomes now int pointer. Okay, it is of type int. So until and unless we will not give reference to the address to the void pointer, it does not have any data types. That's why we will call it as void pointer. Okay, which does not have any its own data type. So it is called as. So now if, and one more thing, very important thing, it will return you the address. It will return you the address. This cout will definitely return you the address. But when you will try to dereference it, it will not get dereferenced. The speciality of void pointer. If I put a star in front of P and then I run the code, it will give me an error. It will not run. That's void star is not pointer to object type. Okay. Why is giving, anyone has any idea why this code is giving me an error? Why void pointer is not dereferenceable? Anyone has any cue about it? Yes or no? Yes. Anyone has anything? Any guess? So it is because yes, Shrey has said he knows. So Shrey, do you tell us? Can you tell us why this is? Yes, definitely. We will have to use typecasting. We will have to use typecasting. When I write in front of int, now it will give me value. Now it will return. Oh, star. Void is not a pointer to object type. So this is the only problem in coding blocks ID. Runs an error. We will run this code in different compiler. Let's see. We will see this thing. Star. Where is it getting the things? Oh, star may inside the parenthesis as we want to typecast it. Should run because it will run. You will try. It will run because it is an important thing. I have used in many times in the live project. Pointers cannot be dereferenced. It can, however, be done using typecasting, and we are doing the typecasting, but still it is not giving us the values. So I think it is some internal error of the pointer arithmetic is not possible. We are doing the arithmetic operations on plus minus. We will not do all these things on the void pointer. Whenever a pointer is declared as a void, we will not perform any kind of arithmetic operation. Arithmetic operation means subtraction and addition. There is only two arithmetic operation which we can perform on the pointer variable. Okay, so we are not able to perform these operation on the void. And our second pointer is wild pointer. Wild pointer. Why? Anyone has any clue that why it is called as wild pointer? It is a good question. Why it is called as wild pointer? Sir, can you try it on ID1 if there is problem in coding blocks? ID1. It is an online compiler. Shrey. Okay, Smith. Work on it. It should work. Still it is giving us the it is giving the error because we are not using it as in a correct way. There is definitely a we have to use let's use this thing. This is we will perform this thing here only. We are typecasting now. Let's try this thing and then see. It gives us there is a one more way. Okay, so it is not giving us the values because I have tried this many times and it is giving us the values. It is just giving us the address only. So leave it, we will try it and we will get back to you why it is not giving us the value, because we are doing the typecasting in the first attempt, but it is still not giving us the correct one. So let's talk about the wild pointer. Anyone has any clue what is wild pointer? So let's discuss wild pointer. Wild pointer is nothing, a pointer which has not been initialized to anything, not even null. We will not initialize our pointer to anything. Let's do this thing. Not any implementation. We will discuss here only. We have an int main function and we have declared a pointer variable p. Okay, but we have not initialized it even with null value. So it is called as wild pointer. Whenever we will not initialize our pointer to any value, even null, it is a wild pointer. And now I have also declared an initialization another variable x with a value 20. And now I have given reference to p. Okay, now I have given reference to p, address of x. Now it will not be wild pointer no more. Okay, now it will be a integer pointer. So wild pointer is a pointer until and unless we will not declare and initialize until and unless we will not initialize it, it is called as wild pointer. The third pointer is null pointer. These all are the simple cases, but we all have to use whenever we are when we will need to use pointers. Sometimes what happened, whenever you will work on the big projects now, when you will have to write codes in thousands of lines, you will have to take the pointers from very initial stage. You will have to declare the pointer in the front, then you will use that pointer in the 600 line. Okay, so in this way you will declare pointer as a null pointer in the starting, and you will move further. Okay, then it will come. Okay, it